Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we make sense of the money moves behind the curtain. And today we're digging into MicroStrategy's latest update. And let me tell you, it's a real page turner, or maybe a scrolling session if you're doing it digitally like they filed it. Before we dive in, if you dig these no-nonsense breakdowns of corporate filings, do us a solid and hit subscribe. And hey, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord discussing all things finance. Link is in the description below. So this document is a Form 8K from MicroStrategy, or as they sometimes call themselves, Strategy. Think of an 8K as a way for companies to tell the public about big events that happen suddenly outside of their usual quarterly or yearly reports. It's like a special bulletin board announcement for stock market players. The main date here is July 28, 2025, which is when they're reporting these important updates. And it looks like they're giving us news about how they're selling their stock and what's happening with their Bitcoin holdings. Okay, so this filing is all about MicroStrategy Incorporated. You probably know them as a business analytics software company, but lately they've become super famous for something else, buying and holding a lot of Bitcoin. They're telling us about their Class A common stock, which trades under the ticker MSTR on the Nasdaq. This is the regular way people buy and sell ownership in the company. They also mention other types of stock, like preferred stock. Imagine preferred stock as a special kind of share that usually pays a fixed dividend, like a steady interest payment, and comes with a name like Strike, Strife, or Stride. These also trade on the Nasdaq under ticker symbols like STA, CHARF, and SESHTRGR. Under the other events section, they are spilling the beans on their at the market or ATM offering programs. This is basically a way for companies to sell shares of their stock directly to the public over time as market conditions allow. It's like a continuous sale rather than a big one-time event. This table gives us a snapshot of what's been happening with these programs from July 21st to July 27th of 2025. The most interesting part here is the shares sold column, or rather, what's not there, for all their different stock offerings, including their common stock MSTR and their preferred stocks STRSF and their preferred stocks XRASA, FFAIR and STRD. They sold 0 shares this past week. But look at what's available for them to sell. For their common stock, they have a massive $17,042.7 million, which is over $17 billion, still available to be sold under their ATM program. That's a huge amount of dry powder for future stock sales. For their STR preferred stock, they have over $20 billion available. And for STRF, it's about $1.88 billion. Finally, for STRD, they have over $4 billion still available for sale. In total, across all these programs, they have tens of billions of dollars worth of stock they can still sell to the public. This tells us they are keeping their options very open to raise capital. Now, let's talk about something else. Lots of people are watching MicroStrategy for their Bitcoin. This next table shows their Bitcoin activity from July 21st to July 27th, 2025. And guess what? They acquired 0 Bitcoin during that week. But here's the key number. As of July 27th, 2025, MicroStrategy holds a staggering 617,770 Bitcoin. That's a massive amount of the digital currency, making them one of the largest corporate holders and the total cost for this hoard of Bitcoin. They've spent over $43 billion with an average purchase price of around $71,756 per Bitcoin. This shows their heavy commitment to Bitcoin as a core part of their strategy. They also mentioned something called Regulation FD disclosure. This is a rule by the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, that requires companies to share important information with everyone at the same time. So no one group gets an unfair advantage. MicroStrategy uses a strategy dashboard on their website as a way to do this. They put information there about stock prices there, Bitcoin buys, and other key performance indicators, or KPIs, which are like the most important numbers that show how the company is doing. They want investors to check this dashboard often, which is a good reminder for all of us to keep an eye on how these companies are sharing information. And lastly, we see the signature part where an executive officially signs off on the report, making sure everything is accurate and truthful, in this case by W. Ming Shao, who holds a pretty important title as Executive Vice President and General Counsel. So what's the big story here from MicroStrategy? Well, they ended up selling no new shares last week, but they've still got a war chest of tens of billions of dollars ready to go in their various stock programs. This means they are prepared to raise a lot more money if they choose to. On the Bitcoin front, they are holding firm with over 607 Bitcoins, a huge stash that they acquired at a fairly high average price. This strategy of loading up on Bitcoin while also having the ability to sell more stock shows they are serious about their Bitcoin bet and are positioning themselves to fund future initiatives or weather any market storms. From my perspective, MicroStrategy is deeply committed to its Bitcoin strategy. The fact that they can call on tens of billions of dollars from their stock programs gives them massive financial flexibility. However, the significant amount of Bitcoin they hold, bought at an average price of over $, if in $, Aussie, if Bitcoin's price significantly underperforms, it could put tremendous pressure on their balance sheet and their stock price. They're essentially doubling down hard on Bitcoin, and that's a high stakes play. They're either kings or out. What's your take on MicroStrategy's massive Bitcoin holdings and their ability to sell billions in stock? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful and want more of this kind of analysis, please smash that like button and subscribe. Make sure you join our Discord community too. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.